Hi, my name is Rashid Hankor. I'm from GeoComp, and I'm here to help you and assist you with doing the installation and training on this equipment. What you have now here is equipment for running triaxial, static triaxial, cyclic triaxial, incremental consolidation, and flex wall permeability test. This is new equipment here, and I am going to show you how you connect all these units to the computer. And you can have a computer controlling several units. The difference between the units is that they have their own new ID number. Now, the installation of this equipment involves the following. First, you have a power cord. This is the power supply. There's nothing particular about the power supply. This is just a regular power cord. The only thing that we highly recommend is that your power cord needs to be plugged into a UPS. What you see here, this is a 1000 VA UPS capacity, which gives you about 20-30 minutes of backup time when if there is any power outage. In addition to giving you a backup time, it gives you protection for any instability in the power supply or brownouts or things like that. So it's a good thing to have. Always, as I said, I highly recommend using a UPS. Now, so the power is, you get the power cord that goes from the back of all these units connected to the UPS, and also you have a computer and a monitor. The monitor does not have to be in the UPS. It could be running the tests without a monitor. Doesn't make it too fun, but you could. Now, the next thing in the installation is that the communication, the data exchange, and what we call it network communication in between the PC and the different units here. Now, in the PC, we supply you with a special network communication card that is installed inside the PC. This is a network communication card, and all you have to do is open the PC, install the card. It will automatically, XP or Vista, it will automatically recognize it, and you just follow a set of instructions that pops up on the screen, and you should be good to go. You will need the software that we have provided on a CD. You could have, all you need to do is copy this software in your hard drive, and then you're good to go. There's no installation sequence or anything that you have to go through. Copy the CD, the card will automatically pops up, follow the instructions, and you're good to go. Once the card is in, you have then the cable. You're going to daisy chain them. So you start from any unit, and then you're going to end up with the last unit with what we call a terminator. The terminator goes into the last unit. I can show you. So what we have, they're stringed together. So you got the network cable that looks like a phone cable. This one is not, please do not replace with a phone cable. It's twisted differently. So you start with one unit, next unit, and so on and so forth until the last unit, where you can see on the back of the last unit, you have the cable coming from one of the before last, and last one will have the terminator. What you see here is a terminator right there, and you put your terminator and you close the loop. Now, is there any order? No. You could use, depends what's convenient, who's closer to what. The PC can be on this side, on the other side, and they're all stringed together. And that's the power and the data exchange in between the units. The next thing you're going to do is for the flow pump to be connected. All right. And now this next video clip is I'm going to explain how the flow pump is connected, what kind of connections and the setup of the ShearTrac 2 unit. The ShearTrac 2 unit here requires, in addition to the power and the data communication and network cable, it requires a supply of water, which is a de-aired water, which you see here. It just happened to be in this plastic jug. And also, we have the water supply and the output, the water output. This controls the pressure and the volume. So the water supply is connected to the back with this 1/4 inch tubing. That's about 6.3 millimeter. So this is, the tubing comes here, and all you do is you push it in until it clicks. If you want to take it out, you have to push the ring back and push the tubing out. So this is a connection in the back, and you dip this into the water. Make sure you always have water, preferably, or what I recommend is to have de-aired water. Very important for some of the tests that you're going to be running. So once you connect the back to the flow pump, then you turn it around, and now what you need to do is connect the output. The output uses 1/8 of an inch tubing. This is the tubing, smaller tubing. Reason we use a 1/8 of an inch tubing is because of compliance, and we try to use the shortest line possible so you don't have any air trapped inside. Again, you push it in until it clicks, and you make sure that is secure there, snug, and that's it. That's all the connection you need for the flow pump. Okay, this video clip is going to explain how the ShearTrac 2 unit is set up and connected. I already mentioned about the power. There's a power cord in the back that plugs into the UPS. And then there's a network communication cable that is daisy chain. So this unit is daisy chain with the rest of the units. If you only have this unit here, is connected directly to the computer. Now, the load frame comes standard with a load cell. Load cell here, if you're doing an incremental consolidation and triaxial, typically is 2,500 pound load cell. That's about, trying to think, in 2,500 in kilonewton is about, talk about it another time. So the load cell is connected to the back of the ShearTrac 2 unit. The first port in the back, which you cannot see from here, but I'm going to connect it here. Before I show you the back, there are two sensors that come standard with ShearTrac 2 unit. There's a load cell and there's a displacement sensor. This is a displacement sensor that you see here. Now the displacement sensor is mounted internally. Nothing to worry about. There's no connection. This has all the travel you need, about 3 inches, 75 millimeter. It has all the resolution required to run your consolidation triaxial test. Now the load cell, as I mentioned before, it connects to the first port here, and that's the connection. Those are empty here for other type of tests that we can talk about later on. But this is what it looks like. Now one more thing, the cross head has 4 screws with a bronze tip, set screws. If you're going to be running only triaxial or consolidation and this is fixed, what you can do, you can lock in these set screws. The set screw looks like, as I said, is a bronze tipped, so it does not scratch. This is your set screw here with a bronze tip on top. So there are 4 here. You can lock it permanently in place. And so that's, again, is ready to go. There's very minimum connections here. So that's how the load cell is connected. And it should be registering here. Now, if you have a different load cell, that you're going to be using different capacity, like a 5,000 pound or 250 pound load cell, all you have to do is you unscrew it from here, and then put your new load cell and connect in the back. The only thing you have to be very important about is the fact that if you change in load cell, the calibration factor of the load cell has to change. So I'm going to put my load cell back in here, and this is the one that we're going to be using for this test. Now, the crosshead has 4 pins here. There are 2 positioning pins and 2 locking pins. So if you need to move the crosshead up and down, what you need to do, remove the positioning, the locking pins. So what you need to do is you push in, you turn it 180 degrees, you take it out. It should come up very easy. You do the same thing again. Okay? If you feel there is a resistance or something, do not force it, because there is a pin here that pops up, and that pin should be working correctly to take the plate on the crosshead. So now you can move the crosshead down for doing a consolidation test. And now, as you can see, there is a plate. This is just a positioning pin. Now, with the locking pin, you put it in here, you turn it 180 degrees, and you release it. Same thing here, you release it. Now is locked in place and nothing moves. So now your LoadTrac 2 unit is ready for testing. I'm going to be talking about the direct shear machine, the ShearTrac 2, about the setup, the installation, what's involved here. Again, on the back of the direct shear, there are ports for the power supply. So there's a power supply cord that plugs in. It's 110 or 220, depends where it's going. So there's one cord. There's no compressed air or dead weights or anything else involved. There's only one power cord that plugs in, and there is a network communication between the different units, or if you only have one unit, you'll have a cord, the network communication cable that goes to the PC, and this port will have the terminator in here. So if you have multiple units, then you're going to daisy chain them. Otherwise, you're going to have a terminator here if you only have one direct shear unit. So this is for the power and the data communication with the PC. Again, we highly recommend that you connect the power to a UPS system here that will provide backup and also clean up the electrical power supply. So that's the UPS. This is your PC here. There's a network communication inside the PC that is connected to the cable. Now on the back, you have 4 sensors that you can see here that they are connected to the direct shear unit. You have the vertical side, which is you see here, the vertical, and then you have the horizontal side. On the vertical side, you have a vertical displacement sensor. You have a vertical load cell. These happen to be a 1,000 pound load cell. And you have a horizontal load cell and a horizontal displacement sensor. Those are clearly marked, labeled, and they connect to the back. And if you look at the back here, you have the vertical side and a horizontal side. So the vertical load cell is connected. This is your vertical load cell. If you trace it, back here is connected to the top, is labeled V load. Same thing with the horizontal load. This is your horizontal load, your vertical displacement sensor, and your horizontal displacement sensor. Those are the 4 connections for the 4 sensors with the